Module 3 MTI radar. Why MTI radar? If the radar is used for detecting the movable target, then the radar should receive only the echo signal due to that movable target. This echo signal is the desired one. However, in practical applications, radar receives the echo signals due to stationary objects in addition to the echo signal due to that movable target. The echo signals due to stationary objects such as land and sea are called flutters because these are unwanted signals. We have to choose the radar in such a way that it considers only the echo signal due to mobile target but not the clutter signals. For this purpose, radar uses the principle of Doppler effect for distinguishing the non-stationary targets from stationary objects. This type of radar is called moving target indicator radar or simply MTI radar. According to Doppler effect, the frequency of the received signal will increase if the target is moving towards the direction of radar. Similarly, the frequency of the received signal will decrease if the target is moving away from the radar. More information about MTI. MTI is a mode of operation of a radar to discriminate a target against the clutter. It describes a variety of techniques used to find moving objects like an aircraft and filter out unmoving ones like hills or trees. It contrasts with the modern stationary target indication technique, which uses details of the signal to directly determine the mechanical properties of the reflecting objects and thereby finding targets whether they are moved or not. Early MTI systems generally used an acoustic delay line to store a single pulse of the received signal for exactly the same time between broadcasts. This stored pulse will be sent to the display along with the next received pulse. The result was that the signal from any objects did not move mixed with the stored signal and became muted out. Only signals that changed because they moved remained on the display. These were subject to a wide variety of noise effects that made them useful only for strong signals, generally for aircraft or ship detection. The introduction of phase coherent klystron transmitters as opposed to the incoherent cavity magnetron used on earlier radars led to the introduction of a new MTI technique. In these systems, the signal was not fed directly to the display but first fed into a phase detector. Stationary objects do not change with the phase from pulse to pulse, but moving objects did. By storing the phase signal instead of the original analog signal or video and comparing the stored and current signal for changes in phase, the moving targets are revealed. This technique is far more resistant to noise and can easily be tuned to select different velocity thresholds to filter out different types of motion. Phase current signals also allowed for the direct measurement of velocity via the Doppler effect of a single received signal. This can be fed into a bandpass filter to filter out any part of the return signal that does not show a frequency shift, thereby directly extracting the moving targets. This became common in the 1970s and especially in the 1980s. Modern radars generally perform all of these MTI techniques as part of a wider suite of signal processing being carried out by digital signal processors. MTI may be specialized in terms of the type of clutter and environment, airborne MTI, AMTI, ground MTI, GMTI, etc., or may be combined mode, stationary and moving target indication, SMTI. Modern radars generally perform all of these MTI techniques as part of a wider suite of signal processing being carried out by signal processors or digital signal processors. MTI may be specialized in terms of the type of clutter and environment, airborne MTI, AMTI, ground MTI, or may be considered combined mode, stationary and moving target indication SMTI. Types of MTI radars. We can classify the MTI radars into the following two types based on the type of transmitter that has been used. First one, MTA radar with power amplifier transmitter, and second one, MTA radar with power oscillator transmitter. As per the syllabus, you people have to study MTA radar with power amplifier transmitter. Let us discuss the block diagram of MTA radar with power amplifier transmitter. So this is the block diagram of MTA radar with power amplifier transmitter. MTI radar uses single antenna for both transmission and reception of signals with the help of duplexer. The function of each block of MTI radar with power amplifier transmitter are as follows. Pulse modulator, it produces a pulse modulated signal and it is applied to power amplifier. Power amplifier, it amplifies the power levels of the pulse modulated signal. Local oscillator, it produces a signal having stable frequency FL. It is also called as stable local oscillator or STILO or STALO. The output of local oscillator is applied to both mixer 1 and mixer 2. Coherent oscillator or COHO, it produces a signal having an intermediate frequency FC. This signal is used as a reference signal. The output of coherent oscillator is applied to both mixer 1 and phase detector. Mixer 1 can produce either sum or difference of the frequencies that are applied to it. The signals having frequencies FL and FC are applied to mixer 1. Hence, mixer 1 produces the output having frequency FL plus FC. Duplexer, it is a microwave switch which connects the antenna to either the transmitter section or the receiver section based on the requirement. Antenna transmits the signal having the frequency FL plus FC when the duplexer connects the antenna to the power amplifier. Similarly, antenna receives a signal having frequency FL plus FC plus or minus FD when the duplexer connects the antenna to mixer 2. Mixer 2 can produce either sum or difference of the frequencies that are applied to it. The signals having frequencies FL plus FC plus or minus FD and FL are applied to mixer 2. Hence, the mixer 2 produces the output having frequency FC plus or minus FD. IF amplifier, it amplifies the intermediate frequency signal. The IF amplifier used in MPI radar amplifies the signal having frequency FC plus FD. This amplified signal is applied as an input to phase detector. Phase detector is used to produce the output signal having frequency Fp from the applied two input signals which are having the frequencies of Fc plus Fp and Fc. The output of the phase detector can be connected to Delaunay line canceller. Basically, the MTI system compares a set of received echoes with those received during the previous sweep and cancel out those whose phase has remained constant. That is, echoes received from stationary targets. The echoes from the moving target has phase change and are thus cancelled. This cancellation helps in determining the moving targets accurately. Moving targets can be distinguished from stationary targets by observing the video output on an A-scope. The A-scope normally uses an electrostatic deflection CRT. The sweep is produced by applying sawtooth voltage to the horizontal deflection plates. The electrical length or time duration of the sawtooth voltage determines the total amount of range displayed on the CRT face. A scope display is normally used in weapons control radar systems. So in the entire radar system, we are using a scope for displaying the final output. So figure 8.6 is nothing but a scope display during successive sweeps. So here you can see figures A to G. I'll explain what is A, what is B, what is C, what is D, what is E, what is F, and what is G in the coming slide. A single sweep on an A scope might appear as shown in figure 8.68. This sweep shows several fixed targets and two moving targets as indicated by two arrows. On the basis of single sweep, moving targets cannot be distinguished from fixed targets. Successive A scope sweeps are shown in figures 8.6b to 8.6e. Echoes from fixed targets remain constant throughout, but echoes from moving targets vary in amplitude from sweep to sweep. The superposition of the successive A scope is shown in the figure 8.6f without delay line canceller. The moving targets produce with time a butterfly effect on the A scope. By delaying the earlier sweep by a time equal to a pulse interval of 1 by PRF. It is possible to subtract each sweep from the preceding sweep so that the echo from stationary or fixed targets can be cancelled. The resulting video output is shown in figure 8.6g.